Do we have headphones? Here, mine are down there if you want to grab them. Plug them in so do we need to hear it or no?
No, I pressed the button.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
Now, I want you to appreciate because what I'm doing here.
Yeah.
This microphone is so heavy. It's so much heavy. I'm gonna hold this the entire time. Hold it. Hold this thing.
Yeah, we can swap partway through. I can.
Yeah.
You want to do this? I can do this.
No.
Okay, all right.
Give me back my microphone.
Then I don't want to hear it.
I don't want to watch you get stronger through the podcast.
You see Evan's doing curls with the microphone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get 3 deep. I'm like, you gotta switch back, man. Yes. I guess we should introduce our guest.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is Sebastian.
Yeah. Hey, what's
Sebastian Chow. He's a comedian from Toronto. Very funny fella.
Very funny.
Round of applause. I'm pretty sure that was a fart sound.
Okay, sick.
Okay.
I'm not positive because we
Yeah.
didn't plug in the headphones.
Yeah.
So
I said we should plug in the headphones,
honestly,
but it's mystery show.
I think it'll be a funny gag throughout the episode is when we're like, fart sound, and then we press it. It's just
Yeah.
an applause
Yeah.
break for
Yeah.
30
Okay.
seconds. That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yep,
I'd like
that'll
to,
be great.
I'm not from Toronto.
Where are you
Well,
from
you
originally?
are now.
I'm in Toronto. If you
From
go
Michigan.
if you go to the Middle
He's
East,
from Michigan.
you're not from the Middle East.
He's from Michigan, but he's lived in Toronto for 5 years, and that's where you do comedy.
You're based in Toronto.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
you're a comedian from Michigan. That feels dishonest because you are from Michigan and you are a comedian, but not at the same time.
I did open mics there. I was bad, and I'm
Okay,
now
okay.
I'm only usually bad. I've percentage wise.
Honestly, for the sake
I'm
of
doing
our
better.
show seeming prestigious, it would be really helpful if you could just pretend to
To what?
be more confident in yourself.
Oh. Well, I don't think we're selling that either way. I think that's a too tall of an order.
All right.
We need to know thyself, and you need not fear the results of 100 terrible dog shit shows on the third floor of SoCap Comedy.
Oh God.
Not
Shout
even
out
the
Yes
second
Anderson.
floor.
I miss doing improv shows there.
Yeah, well,
I miss it. It was a good improv venue.
Well, I used to run a show there
Mhm.
until a couple months ago. It was a jam.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
you
Yeah.
know where I ran a jam there.
Yeah, I did it once or twice. With I think it was Ian.
Yeah.
Ian was there once.
Yeah.
I was there when Hallworth was there once. And
So you totally know me from there, and I did.
yeah 100%. Yeah. So I know
there's so
I've
many
done it.
people who
'Cause
I
I ran Yes Anderson for a while.
okay.
Yeah, so we were doing Yes Anderson there as well. So we it was a bunch of people there. So yeah, it was a good short. We did a lot of short form improv.
See, what I didn't
Yeah.
understand is Yes Anderson is like Wes Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't make the connect. There's so many improv names are
Yeah.
like celebrity name mixed with an
didn't
improv
notice.
concept.
I thought it was just Yes and then I was like, oh, like Anderson is a name. I get it, like Anderson Cooper.
Yeah.
Like Anderson.
Yep.
I didn't know the first part was also part of the pun.
Yeah,
When I
it's a
found
good
out,
pun,
I was
yeah.
like, whoa,
Yep.
both parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
just thought,
Yep. We're
Just
really
thought
good
everyone
at
should know that.
recognizing wordplay here because we do comedy.
yeah. Sometimes something really simple goes right over your head, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
It's almost like it's
that
so
doesn't
simple. It's like
doesn't mean you're not smart,
Right.
right, guys? Right?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boys.
No, wait. That's like Ryan Long's thing, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think he like chants boys on his podcast.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I don't think that's his thing. I can guarantee.
No, he owns the word boys.
Yeah, the trademark. TM.
He left Toronto and
really
he took the
think-
word boys with it.
I really think chanting boys has been a thing that boys do.
I don't know. I think
I've never heard that.
I've never heard
happen.
anybody chant that before.
No.
Really?
Yeah. If a group of guys start chanting boys, I don't think that's a good thing, Evan.
Well, hold on. Let's not get homophobic.
Yeah.
I'm not saying homophobic.
It could be a pride parade.
Yeah. What
Yeah,
the fuck?
okay.
I don't think they do.
Boys,
They don't
boys.
do that there. I've been to the pride parade. They do not chant boys.
Yeah, because
In the parts that I'm
I
in.
watch Ryan Long stand up, but I've never seen his podcast.
I
So.
listened to one episode and I was like, this isn't for me. This is meant for someone on the other end of the spectrum, and I'll respect their own podcasts.
No, I like the stand up clips, but I don't know. I don't think because you can tell from somebody's stand up what their political beliefs are usually. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I can enjoy the stand up, but I think I would probably disagree with him on some things.
So two very similar specials that I have different opinions on. Nick Mullins' "You're the Dragon."
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen this one?
I don't think
Okay,
so.
so Nick Mullen from Come Town, he did a special Year of the Dragon, and then Ryan Long's special
Yeah.
is very, very similar.
Okay.
He does the thing where like a lot of the same premises are tackled and they don't like diverge too much. I'm not gonna say it's thievery because like how many things can you joke about?
Yeah.
Okay. And they're kind of in a similar lane, although like albeit like there's a split, right? They're not the same guy, but
Right.
Yeah.
they're similarly edgy, I would suppose.
Okay.
And I think that Nick Mullins is just like a strictly better version of the same thing.
Okay.
Have you ever watched?
You're saying that publicly.
Come after me, Ryan Long. I'll apologize in public. He couldn't.
Well, Ryan Long, I'm saying nothing. All you heard me say was that I liked your stand-up. So if you want to book me and give me money, I'll take it.
What?
I have no morals. I'm willing to throw my beliefs in the trash.
Well, you see, like within the
It's
same
true.
year,
It's very true.
like the kind of like, what is it? When parallel thinking in the jokes in big specials,
Yeah.
it will happen in the same year. It's not like there's a huge like Louis C.K.'s last special. I don't know. There was one where he went to like an African American history museum, and then Shane Gillis's last special had the same basically joke.
Yeah.
Where he went to like maybe even the same place, and said the same kind of stuff about it.
Okay.
But-
Yeah, no, very similar
Yeah.
structure and punchlines, but like in a different voice kind of deal.
Yeah, and publishing the kind of span of time where like I don't know if it would be reasonable.
Turn that off.
It's very professional. I don't know if it'd be reasonable for them to like even be copying off each other due to the timelines of publication and like post processing of the specials.
Yeah.
So they really did just have the same idea at the same time.
And it does happen. It's something that I've seen before. Where I've been writing a joke, and Evan and I've been working on jokes, and then Evan will send me someone's stand-up clip or like a reel that is like right around the same time, and we're like, oh, shit, we were about to write that same joke, and they put it out a day before us.
By the way, when that happens to me, I'm justifying the smallest differentiation as like, no, it's mine because I do it differently.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that. I don't like that about you.
It depends on how similar. If it's the same topic,
Guys, I don't think Evan's gonna go out with me after this.
Yeah.
I think I turned him off.
I think this whole relationship's over after this episode.
for me, if it's the same, if it's the same topic, it's cool. If it's the same joke, it's fine. Like I had a joke about my mom because I grew up with my mom, and then Kyle Lucy had almost the exact same joke. But it was his mom was about his mom drinking, where my mom was just not there. But it was about like not being able to find your mom, not being like. But it was almost the same joke. And then I was working on it with Evan, and Evan sends me the clip, and I'm like, "Fuck, that's the joke." So I still can write about jokes about my mom.
Yeah.
But that specific joke with that wording and that structure, I'm like, I'm gonna find something a little different, just so it's not like so nobody sees and goes, "Oh, you took Kyle's joke," or "Oh yeah, you took it." So
Yeah.
even though we were like I was just.
It's the joke about when Kyle met your mom, and now you're telling it about it. You're like, guys, I got this joke about how Kyle Lucy fucked my mom, and then Kyle Lucy's like, I have this joke about how I fucked his mom. Kyle is Kyle still in the city? Did he go to America?
He's been touring. He was touring in Europe for a bit there, and I think he's back in Canada right now. He's doing a little tour here.
I haven't
Nice.
seen him in years, but the last time I saw him, he was performing, and he said like, I don't know what joke I should tell, guys. What joke should I tell you, like, to the audience? And then I knew that he had a joke where he talked about putting his dick in like a rusty can and then like turning it. So like, I'll have a penis when I do. Oh, I don't want to burn his thing. Anyways.
Yeah. No.
And then I yelled at it. I was like, do the one where you put your penis in a can. And then he's like, I don't have a joke where I put my penis in a can. And then everyone laughed, and I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, yeah, you do, but you're fucking me over.
That's amazing.
That's
amazing. Yeah.
That's way funnier than just doing the joke.
Yeah.
I don't have a joke about that, you fucking freak.
Yeah. So basically,
That's actually great.
he got me.
Yeah, that's funny.
Just totally fried me.
Oh, that's the clip. I'm
Yeah.
sorry,
That's
man.
great.
Is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the clip.
All right. Well,
That's good.
what do we just go home now?
No. So,
Yeah.
so you said your show ended a couple months ago. Have you started any new? Have you been doing any new shows in the meantime?
I wanted to try and get on it like Absolute.
Mm-hmm.
So it was on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
And so you just can't do like the amateur night there.
Mm-hmm.
If you're doing your own thing then. And like low key, I just like wanted to do another thing. And then I also had well, I haven't even been to Absolute yet, so I was like, I took the months off because I had eye surgery.
Okay.
Okay, so this is kind of crazy. I had a lazy eye, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they cut off all the muscles of like both my eyes because you have 4 muscles, one like up, down, left, and right.
Yep.
They cut them off. They move my eyeballs into place, and then they sewed them back on.
Oh, wow.
You're making my eye hurt. Stop talking about it.
It's okay. You don't need the surgery.
Look at
Yeah.
this. I have to do this now.
So you had the eye surgery. So they actually took your muscles off
He's
your eye.
making this about him. I had my
Yeah,
eyes
yeah.
sliced off.
Yeah,
I think I have what
They
you
moved
have.
your. They
I think
took
I
out
have,
your eyeballs
I think I
and
have what you
repositioned them.
have.
They repositioned your eyeballs, but yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
So what happened?
what that happened.
Yeah.
So I just had to not be performing because my eyes
Yeah.
were bright red.
Yeah. So did you
I know
have
a lot of comics who perform with bright red eyes.
Yeah, but this was like
were you without vision
This
for a
was a
couple
problem.
days, or was it like were you
I
already
was
picked
just
up?
being
I actually had no vision
facetious.
problems.
Really?
I thought that they'd be like blurry or
Yeah.
anything, but no, I could see fine.
Oh wow.
But what would happen was like around it started at like 6 p.m.
Yeah.
on like the day of, and then for like 8 p.m. for a couple weeks after, I would just my eyes would be so tired,
Oh wow.
Oh.
and I was like 2 weeks after I was like, all right, now's when I decided to start going to shows again, and I just was like my eyes hurt.
Okay.
Oh.
And I probably shouldn't go do comedy. And originally, so I had been booked on Dinesh Anwar's Your Hood's a Joke,
Yeah.
and my original surgery date was 2 days before that.
Oh.
And I
Oh.
thought, I'm playing a character. I'm representing America in a roast battle versus like Canada. So I'll wear sunglasses and be a cool guy, and no one will notice my fucked up eyeballs. And that would have not worked at all.
No.
I would have been just like, Canada, it sucks. They gave me a free surgery. I couldn't afford this if in America. I'm so tired.
Well, that's nice. I'm
Followed
glad.
by-
I'm glad you,
Yeah.
as an American, were able to come here and take advantage of the things that we provide for our citizens.
I'm a citizen, and you don't
Yeah.
pay taxes, you unemployed guy.
Oh. Burn. No, my dad's American too. He's
I was
he's
making
from
fun of America, and you totally took that opportunity to not just shit on Canada, but to shit on me personally.
Podcasts are about bullying.
I know. So
You
yep.
can't do a
know.
podcast without bullying
I love
somebody.
it, and it's so fun.
Yeah. So my dad's from Philly, and that's the same thing. He's up here. He's been up here most of his life, and he's so like he had a heart attack when he like about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, and he would have been dead if he was in the
That's a
States.
$200,000 bill.
Yeah, he would immediately just
Damn.
right off the bat. So he would have been dead. Or actually, no, he would have probably been. He still would have made it to the hospital in time, like because the ambulance took him. It happened at work, so they got him. Like their healthcare system at the plant was great. They got him to the hospital. They got the stint in, but like you said, in the States, that probably would have. He probably still would have gotten the same care, but he would have been bankrupt.
Yeah. Yeah. They for urgent surgeries, they will do them, and then
Yeah.
they just bankrupt you and then garnish your wages on top of that.
Yeah.
So it's like
Yeah.
it's not like I'm bankrupt, I'm all good. No, you make money in the future. They take that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I made sure to get my surgery in while I could because I think the Conservatives might win the next election, and then the healthcare is gone.
I'm going to be honest
Oh,
with
boy.
again, it's interesting to see with Canadian politics right now because a lot of the shit people didn't like about Trudeau, they don't have on Carney right now. So Mark Carney is very much a
Just you wait. I got the blackface pictures. I'm holding on to them, but somebody else might have a picture. I'm not sending them out.
the Mark
But I'm
Carney
not-
blackface.
Ryan
pic.
Long might
If anybody
send
has,
them
yeah, I was gonna say if you don't put that
Ryan
into the
Long
universe.
is gonna attack us after this podcast. You're gonna end our careers.
There's no shot Ryan Long would give a shit about me in any. He would.
Mm-hmm.
I think he looks tall. He'd probably
Can
just
you
kick me.
imagine after this podcast, you get a message?
We got a
"Yo,
call, yeah,
I heard what you said about me.
I care about your opinion.
yeah.
All 700 of your Instagram followers all think that I'm a bitch now.
You never know. You never know.
Yeah.
It's the joke's on him. This is one of those things where you just shout out somebody who's more popular than you to like just try to steal their
And then
clout.
and then you tag
Like a
them in it,
goblin.
and then all of his followers see this, and then they all watch our podcast.
Clout goblin.
Yep. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
smart. You know
Yeah.
who I hate? Logan Paul and Kevin Hart.
His
and
kids are too young. They don't know.
they don't
and
know.
Kevin Hart. Does Kevin Hart have shooters out here?
I hate.
People are so medium on Kevin Hart, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kevin Hart's like, well, everybody's like, the only thing I want to see Kevin Hart in.
I
is
actually
another
don't
Jumanji.
hate Kevin Hart. I was just trying to think of big
Yeah,
names.
people are very neutral on him.
Yeah, so he's fine. Like I don't mind Kevin Hart, but he seems to be
Wait, so I have to pick someone that everyone else already hates?
You have to say something controversial to be controversial. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
yeah.
What about originality?
No, you got nothing for that. Have you seen the internet? There's no value for that.
No.
But why?
Oh, can you handle this guy?
Shouldn't originality matter?
Evan.
What, let's call out the guy from Jumanji, huh?
Yeah.
That's gonna make some waves.
Yeah. Let's see. I think originality matters at our level, but when it comes to that level, no. They want the fifth movie in that franchise. They want the comic book remake and live action. They want the tried and true franchises.
So
they
you're
want
saying
the.
is
I don't
famous
necessarily
people
agree.
Get to be lazy.
I think that originality matters. Like it's bad to be original at our level even more
Okay.
because like people want something digestible. If you're like, I'm like this. Like when you pitch something, you're like, it's like this show mixed with that show.
Yes.
You're not like it's a whole new thing. They'll never buy that.
Right. That's very true. Yeah, you're right. So it always has to be like when you're pitching, like you said, like a film. It's,
Yeah, it's like I'm the Chinese Andrew Schultz. Like that would be a thing. People would be like, yeah, okay.
They can put it in a frame of mind. Yes.
Meanwhile, Andrew Schultz already can. He's just like putting on like a Chinese eyes, and then he's like, I'm doing it, guys. I do all the voices. I'm multicultural. I'm from New York. I know the voices.
I'm from New York. I got black friends.
That
From
is
New York.
That is the thing.
All right,
I
from
liked
Brooklyn.
about
All
his,
right,
like,
let's go.
I love Andrew
What are we
Schultz.
doing here?
I liked his earlier like crowd work bits a lot, like when he's like talking about different cultures, because you can tell like
Yeah.
he really
He
like
knew
he
about
knows the different. He's got a good like reference on
Yeah.
that stuff.
Yeah. That's the thing. That's one thing I like about Schultz is he gets into some controversial shit, but he always has reference for it. Like he's not. He'll say.
I wouldn't
now,
back
I feel-
up always.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
I
Not
said-
always. Not
I
always.
wanted to say something
Yeah.
kind of nice, but now other people are chiming in, and I'm like, actually, I don't like him.
No. I'm not. I'm not like.
Now
he's
I don't. Now I'm starting. I have to start shit with Andrew Schultz.
No. Because no. It's his. No. It's his
We're climbing
reference.
up.
It's his reference. Is you know what I mean? Like he'll talk about like I remember. I think it was he was talking about his Filipino friends, and he was talking about specific dishes that he had at their house.
Yeah.
And there were Filipino people in the audience, and you could tell that they were laughing the hardest at that joke. So that's just it was just that like bit. That's all I meant by that. I'm not like.
How did you know they were Filipino?
Because he was a crowd work bit.
No, you
What
looked
if
at
they
them.
were
You looked at them. You're like,
No.
yeah, those are. Yeah,
I
what if they were? What if they were?
I
Chinese
believe he
Mexicans?
started the bit with, "Are there any Filipinos in the crowd?" And they went, "Woo!" So that was the assumption.
Anyone can go woo. They're not checking your 23andMe.
No, it was an
I
assumption
can
made.
go woo.
Yeah, but it was an assumption made based on the woos. So I'm assuming
All right.
that it was.
You know,
I wouldn't.
say
I didn't.
woo.
I'm not committing anymore to this opposition. I feel like I've
No,
done
anyone
more than
can
enough.
say woo, but they
Yeah.
were named it.
Why are you saying
Why-
the names of woo? What are you? This is about
What?
It was
Koreans.
a
We're
racist
talking about
joke.
Filipinos, not.
Yeah, Chinese,
Koreans.
Yeah, yeah.
Guys, you're gonna get me Shane Gillis.
No.
If you
If
should
you get
be
Shane
so
Gillis,
lucky.
yeah, I was supposed to say if you get Shane Gillis, yeah, no.
No,
That means you
I
get to
hope-
host SNL twice.
Your
No.
career goes from nothing to exile to becoming the darling of 50% of the American population.
Yeah.
People
Yeah,
were
but
talking
it's not
shit
the
about his
50% I want to
Yeah.
aim for.
Did you see it?
Everyone was like, he bombed on SNL. I'm like,
He didn't bomb.
He didn't bomb
did
at all.
fine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
great.
fine.
He
Yeah,
was fine. I wouldn't say he was great.
he wasn't great. He did
he was
well.
fine.
He did
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, he was a good set. It wasn't his best. It wasn't his worst. It was fine. He had some funny jokes, and his sketch, the one he did with Please Don't Destroy.
I thought the joke about asking your girlfriend if they've had sex with a black guy. I thought that joke was really fucking funny.
That was again.
That is just Big J's career, though.
Oh, is it?
Big J Ogerson. Well, that's his crowd. His thing for like years and years was he would do like a crowd work special. He was like one of the first guys doing crowd work specials, and he would just go to women in the audience and be like, "You ever fuck a black guy?" And then he would go off from there.
Yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, fuck Shane Gillis.
Whoa.
No,
What is this?
the Shane Gillis has. Hey, he's in good with the Notre Dame football team, and as a comedian who would like to one day be in good with the Notre Dame football team, if he gets canceled and you're looking
think
for a
that
comedian to
they're going to
replace.
continue
Wait.
the whole Facebook, not Facebook, fucking football comedian. What? You know what? I fucked that lineup so bad that I'm just going to completely divert.
So, anyways,
No, I agree. I don't think Notre Dame is looking for a comedian.
Yeah, people on
No,
people
but if the-
are, people
if
on
you-
SNL though, they're way more critical of comedians' monologues
Yep.
than they are because there'll be non-comedians and they just fuck the monologues
Yeah.
sideways.
Yep.
They're so bad with it.
Yep. Like Lady Gaga's monologue was not great.
No, it wasn't. I would say as far as non-comedians go, that was not bad.
Well, because she can deliver. That's the thing. She's become a decent actor. She has really good stage presence, and she has
People hated her episode even more though. I want to mention.
Yeah.
that.
But honestly, fuck Lady Gaga, guys.
No, that's
no. Now her fans are gonna come after us.
What?
No,
they'll kill you, man.
Yeah, don't say that. No.
What?
We love Lady Gaga.
How come
No.
everybody's on board when you
We
hate
love-
something?
Because
but
Lady,
when I
that's
hate
crossing a line.
something
No.
What?
Doobie in the podcast.
Okay, fine.
Doobie in the Bald
I'll
Spot
pick
podcast
somebody-
does not support Lady Gaga hate. We are all monsters here.
Yes.
Do not cancel us. We love Lady Gaga.
I like the
I'll-
musical
I'll
performance
pick
a lot
somebody-
with the big shoulders. I thought that was cool. And then
I thought the meat dress. Oh my god.
no, that's a long time. But like this,
I'm
the
sorry,
last
old
episode,
school, old
they when
Should
she
I
had
say
on
Taylor
the big
Swift?
shoulders of like
That's even worse. Don't just
Taylor
stop,
Swift
stop.
instead.
what? Get this guy. Who,
See
why are
something.
you?
Can we just
Who
unplug-
booked this guy?
unplug them?
Taylor Swift. No.
People were kind of funny after the Super Bowl about how like Taylor Swift came to support her man, and he's just
Yep.
like, I'm gonna lose so hard.
It was as somebody who again, I'm a big Buffalo Bills fan, so the fact that Kansas City lost that hard in front of everybody made me so happy. And again, the Eagles are one of my alternate teams. Like my dad's from Philly. I always cheer for the Eagles if the Bills aren't in it. So seeing Philadelphia be the ones to do it was good. I love Jalen Hurts. He's a great quarterback. So yeah, I was super happy that Philly was able to beat the shit out of Kansas City, and I think Travis Kelce should retire.
I should have warned you not to talk.
Yeah,
about
I
football.
completely
Don't talk about
zoned out for that entire thing.
Don't no. If
I don't
that's
know
my thing,
anything about
that's my
football.
thing. No, you can't start that with no. Don't please.
I like the halftime show a lot.
I did too.
It's a shame that they sent. Of course, he has to censor it because he's not allowed to say curse words.
Yep.
Kendrick. Of
Yeah.
course. He's not allowed to curse or say the word pedophile. But he can make the audience say it.
Yep.
That was
Yeah.
cool. That was good enough. I like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bing,
That was-
bop, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
bop,
Did you
bam.
guys see
type of schism
on the SNL 50th anniversary where they did the music teachers, the middle school music teachers? It was Will Ferrell and Anna. Oh, what's her name? I always forget her last name. But they were the back when they were on SNL, they had a sketch where it was the middle school music teachers, and they would always use current slang in like really cheesy ways to try and relate to their students.
That was in the 50th special. I thought I watched that. I don't remember that.
They
Yeah, I
did.
don't remember that either.
They did. I think it was
Are you
the
thinking
concert.
the 40th special?
No. It was the concert.
Was there one for that? They do it every 10 years.
Oh, the live.
Yeah, it was a live concert. It was a live concert, like Anna
Oh,
Gaston
that part.
and Will Ferrell. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they did the music teacher sketch, and that was one of the songs they performed. And it was one of the funniest things I've seen them do in a very, like, I want them to do like an SNL All-Stars where they can bring back Eddie Murphy and Will Ferrell like once or twice a year. Because they were fucking hilarious.
I'm not with you on that. Bring back the old guys for
No.
SNL. Keep it. It's a churning pot. It's like one of those
Yeah.
broths that in China.
Yeah,
That's
you
like just every day they add like 4 carrots and a beef
Yeah.
shake.
Yeah.
And it's the same broth for like 40 years.
Well,
That's
from-
what
yeah.
SNL is. It's like always the same. It's like they get like a weird person. They get
Mm-hmm.
like your these guys, and you don't like bring out the 40-year-old carrot.
No, but
That's
for-
Will Ferrell
in my again, but you seeing those guys who are very talented sketch comedians go back and do sketch comedy, and I'm like, oh, I would like to see them continue to do sketch comedy. Maybe not on SNL, but I feel like again, Will Ferrell is like they when he did Funny or Die, that was kind of his avenue to still do sketches. But
Yeah.
like some of these people who are just kind of gone into acting or writing or producing who were on SNL, they're still very talented sketch comedians, even though they're in their 40s or in their 50s. Like that didn't. They're not. It's not like they're
but,
not
like,
funny
Make
anymore.
room for the rest of us.
Yeah, and there's
I
a
know.
sort of vibe about like when you're insanely successful
Yeah.
in the industry, in the movie industry, you don't really want to go back and do sketch comedy.
Okay.
You know, because it's just like looking at people who have done this, like people move on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can keep doing it forever if you're not super famous, but if you blow up, like if you're Jordan Peele, you're moving on to do
Yeah,
horror
movie.
movie directing.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah.
Okay.
There's always something bigger somebody's telling you could do.
Yeah, I guess. For me, sketch though is always something that I've always appreciated in its form because it's like see like we were talking about like Tim Robinson earlier. Like it's
That was not on this.
right.
That
So
was that was someone
so
else.
speaking of somebody like Tim Robinson, where that's kind of they do acting.
Fuck Tim Robinson. Just kidding. We love him.
We love Tim Robinson, but it would be one of those things
Just
where
Lady Gaga.
it would be. It would be one of
I'm
those
sorry.
things where, yes, he's doing movies now and he's doing, he's done acting for a while. He's been a writer for a while, but I wish more people would be like, hey, I also want to do a sketch show on a professional level because it's like I think You Should Leave really took off because I think a lot of people are still interested in that type of comedy. I think people still want to watch sketch in that
but
way.
Sketch now lives in very short, disposable increments on social media.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, that's very
it
true.
costs very little to do it that way.
That's very
and
true.
it costs the same amount as it always has to do it like studio style, which is a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Productions are huge, and I've been like an extra in a sketch that cost I think $10,000 to
wow.
produce, like over the course of a couple hours, and there was a lot of extras, including me getting there unpaid, and there was like craft services and stuff even because and the people were filming, and they had a lot of like really high end cameras. And like when they start breaking out the special foil, like the black foil that costs $100 for a roll to put over a bar light so that you can like shape the lighting a little more specifically.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then the sketch is dog shit, as that one was.
Oh, that's rough.
You start to think maybe I should do something with my phone where I put a towel on my head, and that's the girl character. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's got. Yeah. I guess social media has kind of filled that void of sketch comedy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good way to look at it. I didn't even, because again, I always consider that a kind of a separate entity, like social media comedy being its own thing. But I guess you're right. Yeah. It's kind of taken over sketch.
That's
in a
right.
way,
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
do think it's still a separate thing because something that works on social media doesn't work on stage.
That's true. You have to do that for any medium.
Yeah.
Yeah. And live sketches and film sketches, again, you are completely different in the way you have to present them, right? Like you can,
Yeah.
and that's two different things where, live sketch will always be live sketch. Like it'll always be,
man.
it'll always feel like SNL. It'll always look like a play. It'll always be.
So the first time you see sketch, it is not a live sketch. You don't see that until you're well into your comedy nerd phase, I imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was a big fan of Whitest Kids You Know, which was this like 9-season long American
Yeah.
sketch comedy show.
Yeah.
With Trevor Moore, rest in peace.
It's illegal to say,
What?
I want to kill the president.
That's exactly the
Yeah.
one.
yeah.
Some of the best sketches of all time. Or like,
Yeah.
there's a song about like, don't things for kids not to do.
Yeah.
Like don't cheat on a test. Don't yell at your mom and dad. Don't like take these ingredients, mix them up with a barbecue grill lighter because you make that's how you make crystal meth. And he goes really really complicated instructions on how to do that.
Yeah.
Anyways, so they on their YouTube channel where I saw all their stuff like pirated.
Yep.
It's all online too, the whole entire show. They had a live show in a theater, and I was like, "This is gonna fucking suck." They don't have any props or anything, and it turns out I was dead. I was just like dead wrong, not correct, because I just thought it was about like it being filmic.
Yeah.
But no, it's about
They had
what
to be
what I
funny
loved
on
was that
stage
those
for
guys were
years
silly
before they got a
guys.
show,
Yeah.
probably.
And that's the thing. That's a lot of. Yeah. People will have to see you perform before they'll give you a show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
By the way, when you read about like famous sketch troops forming, I get pretty jealous because like there are guys who met at Whitest Kids You Know. They're just a bunch of friends who met at like NYU in film school.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I missed the window. I'll never be at NYU film school. I'll never.
Yeah, our story sucks. We met at Humber College.
The
For
COVID
the-
happened.
COVID happened. We didn't get to do any of our final performances.
That's the
Well,
one thing I'm glad I got to do.
We had 2 years to focus on sketch comedy, and we didn't do it right.
Yeah.
No, I that's the one thing I'm glad I got to do, because the first year I was there, half my shit was online, and it was tough to do. Like we had to do like sketch, and the sketch wasn't bad because we would do a lot of writing.
Yes.
And then we'd have some sketch in class, and we'd do some of the acting on Zoom, and it was all over the place. So second year there was none of that, and we got to just have the whole year in person. We got to do our final performance. Scott Thompson was our guest. It was Bellini.
That sounds fun.
Bellini ran the whole thing.
Oh, I'm putting my sock on the camera. I don't know if I want that. It's so bright compared to everything. We're all just wearing dark. Why are you guys wearing the same shit in terms of color?
We are.
Oh
we didn't
my
even
God.
plan that. Oh my god! Yeah.
Whoa.
I did not plan that at all. It's,
Plus,
my
you shouldn't be dressed like this. You're blending into the couch. Restart the
Yeah.
pod. Restart it.
Oh God.
but
Yeah.
no, it's,
No,
I
you're
didn't-
right.
I didn't even notice
Eddie,
that.
shut up. We're restarting. I'm sorry.
I was okay. So the first time I was like on tape I was at like really on tape for it was I had like a 5-minute spot at Paradise Theater,
Okay.
and I was doing it for a show that Vong Show was producing, a producer in Toronto, and I was wearing a white shirt, And then he came up to me before the show and he's like, you can't wear that shirt because it'll be too bright on the camera for the white balance.
Recording stopped.
The audio still going?
Yeah.
That's okay. My story's gonna suck. Yeah, why don't you fix it? Can we fix this? We just hit the record limit or something?
Yeah, the record limit. Okay, yeah. Come on now. There.
All right. Well, the record limit on cameras can only record for like 30 minutes unless you pay $10,000 for them or something.
Yeah.
And it's a totally arbitrary thing.
Yeah, that they decide to do to make us have to pay money.
Well, I heard once that it's because a certain part of the camera is like they're all from Europe or something, and then to not be classified as a professional grade camera or something, they have to have this limit on there.
Oh. Okay.
So I have a Lumix G6, which you can like hold down specific button combinations, like it's like the cheat code, like play as master hand in Melee or something, and then it just totally doesn't have a record limit on it anymore.
Okay,
it just bypasses. You just hold certain things down.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a weird software thing.
Yeah.
Wish mine did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well. Oh well. When I was in university, there was a button combination on all the vending machines that the engineers figured out that made it dispense everything for free.
Oh my god!
And then we tried to be like, guys, be chill. When you pass a vending machine, just take one thing. Otherwise, they'll catch on. It'll all be gone. And then in 2 days, every single vending machine on campus at Michigan State University, empty, nothing in it, because you like held two of the buttons and then you pushed in that long like sticking out like coin return thing, and you just held that, and then you would just take all the glass frappuccinos out of there for $5 for free.
Oh god,
That'd be so great.
I mean, not for the vending machine guy.
No, not for that guy. Not for the guy who owns a vending machine,
There's
but for
some guy who
the
lives
students.
in a garage somewhere who's like, "This is my big ticket.
That's
I bought 4 vending machines. I put them on Humber College campus. This is my big break."
This was at Michigan State.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Humber engineers aren't smart enough to figure that out. It was pretty fun to do that for the couple days which we had it. You ever steal something?
So when I was living in Kitchener, there was this Zayre's right by my house, this grocery store right by my house, and it was right when they introduced the self checkouts. You could get one of their hot meals where it was like chicken strips and fries for $4.99, and then it would come with a dip, but the dip had a separate barcode that would scan in for 50 cents. So if you would hold it properly, and as you would scan it through the self-checkout and hold the dip underneath
sleight of hand,
and you would just hold the dip underneath the thing and scan it and put it in your bag, it would ring up as 50 cents.
Oh, you're a dip magician.
So I did that, and I would only do it when, say, it was like a Thursday or a Wednesday. I wouldn't abuse it because I didn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
Right? And
they got a count of their dips.
Or I just didn't want them to be like, oh, like it's hot food, right? They waste that stuff all the time. I was just like, okay, cool, whatever.
By the way, everybody's doing this. They have no idea how many dips they have.
Yeah. So I was doing this, and then I don't know if I told my buddy or if he saw me do it or something happened, and he just started fucking doing it all the time with everything, not even just the chicken strip.
Can't be trusted. He's a liability.
He got like he went and got like a steak from the meat section one time and scanned it in as a dip, and I'm like, bro, you're fucked.
Scanning the steak as a dip?
That's what I mean. He started breaking the rules, and I'm like, oh man, I'm never letting anybody in on my secrets like that again. Like if I come up with if I figure something out like that, or if I'm just like, nope, that's mine. If somebody else figures it out on their own, that's great for them.
You blew up your spot, man.
But yeah, I was like, I was so pissed because I couldn't do it anymore because then they changed. I think they caught. I don't know if they caught him because he didn't get caught by them, like in trouble by them. But I think they figured it out what he was doing because they changed the self checkouts shortly thereafter, and I was like, fuck. Because again, when I did it, because again, there's cameras on the self checkouts, so when they scan it in, worst case scenario, I'm like, my bad. I accidentally held the dip in the wrong spot. Yeah. Here you go. He was doing it.
By the way, that's so not plausible.
No, but again, what are they going to say? Oh yeah, I just held the dip like that. It was
You're selling that to absolutely nobody.
But again, that's no, I know it's not. But at least
you're not better than.
No, but at least I have
just did it more.
I mean, I accidentally held the dip right over top of the barcode for the steak.
Yeah.
No, not the steak. No. I was talking about the hot meal that I did it with.
Yeah.
Right. That because it came with the dip. I held them together. They got scanned in,
and that had much less steak than a full steak, Evan.
So that was so no. I never did it with the
That only
steak.
had
This guy
3
did.
or
I was
4
like,
strips.
no. When he started doing it with the steaks and shit, I was like, you're fucked. Like I wouldn't. I never did it with the steak. I never did it with anything other than the hot food.
Yeah, you saw him.
I mean,
you saw him
totally
overreaching. You're
did
like,
just
I'm
admit to it
snitching.
online, so like they could.
You're like, I'm gonna snitch.
No, I said I took some hot food with and paid for a dip. That's fine. It's
I'll
all
believe
hearsay.
it.
It's hearsay.
I
It's
do
hearsay.
adore the battle between grocery stores wanting to scam their employees by putting in self-checkouts, but not wanting to be scammed by people stealing from the self-checkouts. So there's like a battle, there's like a war. They're like
Yep.
going back and forth. More self-checkouts. Now people on the self-checkouts.
Yeah,
Yeah, but-
I know what we'll do. We'll pay a cashier to stand by the self-checkout
Yes.
and do nothing.
Still can't sit. That part stays. No
You
sitting.
Sit down, but you stand there and you do fucking nothing.
You stare at them while they cash their shit out. That's all you have to do. You make eye
Your only
contact.
And then
job-
we have 7 items in the store that will break the machine, and you have to go type it in every single time.
We're
They
gonna
change
give
every
you a
day.
lanyard with a fucking square on it. You take the square from your lanyard, you tap it on the machine, and that's your life.
That's great. Also, I love the idea that you like the idea of a employee card is so alien to you because you're unemployed. You say a square,
Some random square
a
thing that they
laminated square.
a laminated square that they give you somehow. You just find one.
I'm not unemployed. I'm employed by me.
Nice.
Yep. Evan's self-employed.
How are you as a boss?
I'm a good boss.
Great.
I let me jerk off all the time. Fist bump.
Don't touch his hands.
Which
Yeah,
hand?
don't touch his hands. Don't touch his hands. Speaking of hands, I broke my mine's. I can almost take this piece of shit thing off my hand. Thank
How long's it
God.
been?
It's been about 6 weeks. So
No cast.
no cast. No. So it was
Like hairline.
broke the metacarpal in the thumb here, and yeah, it sucked. It sucked big time.
Oh, I
And
thought it would be fun.
no, it was sucked. Tying my shoes was tough. Yeah. So, but
I mean, we both knew you didn't know how to tie your shoes, but what does that have to do with the thumb thing?
I moved on from Velcro at the wrong time, Evan. Okay. Okay. I make
got
decisions when I make them. I can't.
You
I can't choose what the universe does about it.
ever have Velcro shoes?
Not
No.
Not that I remember. I'm
I-
sure I did.
I was like
I mean, maybe when I was young.
I
but
remember
don't
when I was
remember.
like a shitty, ungrateful child, and I needed new shoes, and my dad got me Velcro shoes, and I'm like, Dad, everyone's gonna bully me at school for these Velcro shoes. Meanwhile, they had so many other reasons.
They did bully you for the shoes.
No, I
but,
got
like,
I got different shoes.
mostly
I-
other
it was
stuff.
other
Yeah.
stuff. They just found something else. The shoes wouldn't have helped the situation,
Can
but
you imagine
it
you got
would've-
the
it
shoes
would've
and
been fine.
all of it switched to just be about the shoes? Like everything you were getting made fun of before didn't
that
matter
would have been
anymore.
so good. Man.
Everybody's like,
That
your
would've been
fucking
sick.
shoes
Like,
suck.
that would have been amazing.
If all I had to do was when I was a kid to stop being made fun of for my bald spot was buy weird shoes, I would have done that every year.
Were you going bald since you were young?
No, I was born with this bald spot on the side.
Oh,
of my head.
okay.
That's hence what
Yeah,
the
I thought
bald
he.
spot.
I
yeah.
thought he attempted suicide.
Wow.
That's dark.
Yeah.
You wrote that joke.
No, the
Why are you
joke.
gonna say-
The
why
joke
are you
is that
gonna
I
fucking
attempted.
make me
The
fun?
joke isn't.
dude.
That's not
Wow,
the joke.
dude,
Okay.
really nice vibes
He
you
butchered the
bring
joke.
into the
Okay.
pod.
First of all, he butchered the joke. He butchered. First of all, he butchered the joke. The joke is I hold the gun up to my head so much it's rubbed the hair off. That's the joke.
I love
It's
doing,
not-
I love it when someone does your joke at you, but worse so that you can't tell it anymore.
Yeah, it's like I
It's
no.
now
The joke
bad.
is I hold the. That's where I hold the gun to my head when I think about it, but I've never done it, and I do it so much it's rubbed the hair off. That's the joke.
I heard that breakdancers get a bald spot when they do head spins.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yo.
That's so funny.
Why don't they just spin on the crown? Where there's already a little.
because
bald
that's
spot.
not the right axis of where your
No, that would
your
hurt.
weight would be.
Tilt your head.
It's gonna hurt regardless.
I've
Yeah,
never
exactly.
done it. I've never done it. I've never even tried it. I've never. That's one thing that I've never. There's like a few things like Olympic gymnastics. There's a few things where I see it and I'm like, that is never anything I could do.
So the head spin is not something you can try on a whim. I think
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
you need to be pretty good at breakdancing before
Yeah.
you even start learning that.
But it is
Yeah.
a crazy benefit to being bald.
Well, another thing
It's
I
not
heard,
ripping
and this
your
is
hair
I read
out.
this on a Reddit comment, so none of this could be true.
Right.
Is that you develop a squishy spot over like because if you do these, you're practicing every day because
Yeah.
it's such a dangerous move and you got to be able to do it on command. So you develop a squishy part of your head, like a squishy bulb, as bald. I don't know if that's true,
No,
but wouldn't it be kind of weird if it was?
that would be.
You have a
Yeah.
little camel hump on the top of your head.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh God, that's fucking gross.
But you can. So that's a balance. I remember back when I was at university. I was like doing the tour, and there was a girl in my group, a pretty girl, and she was like, it's the breakdancing club. They did a thing where they like did like the handstand where they kind of like splay out like this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
and with one hand, and she says like, "Oh, just seeing that does something to me." And I was like, "Fucking breakdancers and piece of shit." Fucking
Yeah.
breakdancers. Like,
Yeah.
getting all
this
this
is-
breakdancing pussy. Turns out
That just made me picture a breakdancing pussy. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
now that's all I'm picturing is just like,
yeah.
so.
That's breakdancing to you?
yeah, I'm white. Look at me. Yeah. I can't do it on the couch. I'm not actually going to attempt.
I think a fair amount of the breakdancing community is white.
Yeah, actually, that's true. Yeah.
They're
I'm just
white. They're
uncoordinated.
Filipino.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just uncoordinated.
The Jabberwockies. You're like
Yeah.
you're either white or they recruit you into the Jabberwockies.
I think it's Jabba.
Jabberwocky.
Jabberwockies?
Yeah, you totally hardy-ard the Jabberwockies.
Oh no,
there.
guys! Fuck the
Jabberwocky.
Fuck the Jabberwockies. Jabberwockies, they're good. National pride.
I'm pretty sure. I don't...
No, you're
Not
right. No,
feel
you're
bad.
right. You're right, man. You're right. Don't even look
Am
it up.
I?
You're correct.
Okay.
Because I looked at him like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, it's a name, so they can spell it however they want.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No,
They don't need to be Lewis Carroll canonically accurate to the spelling of Alice in Wonderland's character, the Jabberwocky.
Mm-hmm.
And it's EE at the end. Walkie. Jabberwocky, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Like Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the place or the tool brand.
They're good tools. Well, they used to be.
Yeah, they used to be really good quality tools. They keep getting bought. I feel like
I'm more of a Makita guy.
it's like the Coleman tools.
I've
that
never
used
owned a
to be-
Makita tool.
No, the Coleman tools that my grandpa had were great. The Coleman tools that exist today are I don't even know if they make them anymore.
It's like the cycle of enshittification,
Yeah.
you know, as the companies...
Enshittification?
Yeah, you don't know
Yeah.
about enshittification?
This is a real word?
When
I think
things get worse over time
I
because the
think it even
companies
has
cut
a-
costs and they cut the quality of their materials and the quality of their products, so things get
I'm
shittier
just
over time.
saying the word for things getting shittier all the time being enshittification is fucking hilarious.
I think it's
Yeah.
on Wikipedia.
For real?
Yeah,
That's
it's a business term.
I don't
No,
know
the
about
fuck
that.
it's not. No
Go with
fucking
it.
way.
Improv.
Okay.
Yes, and.
Enshittification.
Yeah.
That's my new favorite word.
Okay.
Enshittific- Yeah, it's when things get shittier over time.
Doobie in the bald spot. Word of the month.
Enshittification.
Enshittification.
I
I'm
think
sorry.
I think
Continue.
it's specifically for like in terms of like capitalism.
Yeah. Yeah, like when
Ah.
products get worse over time because of like companies cutting costs or using worse materials.
Well,
or,
it's
yeah.
the minimum
Gotcha.
viable product you're working towards.
Yes, yeah.
And then
Yeah.
eventually your Sterling Milwaukee brand is
Enshittified.
is enshittified. Your new impact drill is broken within 2 months.
Yeah.
We all are impact drillers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we all have so much experience with impact drilling.
I think I've held one once.
I mean,
I've had to use one before. I'm actually not bad with power tools. I'm better at
pretty
using the
sure-
tools than I am at holding the light. I found that out in life.
I
Because
know.
whenever I'd hold the
I
light,
know
I'd get
Eddie's
distracted.
mom can take an impact drilling.
You're so far behind.
Yeah.
I was trying to say that for like 3 minutes, and I wasn't gonna let it go.
Okay.
No. Okay. Okay.
I can't. Did you not hear me going? I'm gonna say this
No,
joke
I-
about Eddie's mom.
I heard that.
That's fine.
I'm sorry. Enshittified. Continue.
No,
Yes.
that's the last thing. We're way past that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You were trying to say the previous thing so long that we switched topics, and we weren't even talking about that anymore. You know, a big part of jokes is timing.
Yeah. Although callbacks are good too. You just have to set them up.
Yeah.
Another thing about Eddie's mom. I didn't have another thing.
Oh,
the
no,
callback
it's okay.
was that I would make a joke about Eddie's mom.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm
She's not
working
gonna
on a
watch this,
level
it's fine.
above you guys. You don't understand.
All
it.
right. You know, I
As
can.
long as she's gonna watch this. The people who will watch this.
Only Ryan Long is watching this. By the way.
No. The rest of my family watches. It's just I grew up without my mom, which is the joke.
Okay.
So
I'm
that's
putting
it, yeah.
hashtag.
I didn't
Ryan
read your
Long 6
Wikipedia
times in the
bio.
tags.
No. I'm saying you wouldn't have the reference for why Evan's
Okay.
making those jokes, other than just your mom jokes. So
Right.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I
Eddie
have
has no
heard that.
mom.
so between
He's
the
a
two of
butt
you, you've got a
baby.
full set of parents.
hmm Yeah.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
Yeah. I know.
Is that?
I have a mom. He has a dad.
Yeah.
Is there like a name like a adoptive roommate or something?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, glad we're also
Yeah.
out of the know.
This is a. I was about to say we should probably end it soon because I don't know how much battery Joey's camera has or whatever.
Okay.
But this feels like a weird spot.
Okay. So we'll just push through. We'll
All
power
right.
through.
All right.
Here's my socks again.
Oh,
That's good.
those are nice.
There we
socks.
go.
So what do you guys? So
That's still rolling. Okay, I wasn't like sniffing your foot. I was making sure.
Well, you can do both.
let's talk about what you guys have coming up. Let's talk about any shows you guys have coming up. Anything you're working on.
Well, I'm working on it's sort of like a podcast,
Mm-hmm.
but me and my guest, we both watch a movie,
Mm-hmm.
like the same movie.
Yeah.
And then we try to retell the movie from memory
Oh,
as best as we can.
that sounds like fun. That
Yeah.
sounds like fun. That would be a good time.
I'm gonna be a guest. Shout out to his.
We'll see if
podcast.
it goes well at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been excited, but I like wanted to like
Mhm.
invite more people, and then I was like, what if it's bad? I've already invited 2 guys, so I got to do this thing
Mhm.
twice.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you continue with it, let me know. I would love the opportunity to do it
Do
sometime.
you know any? Have you ever seen a movie?
I will start watching movies.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
Are
work
you
on
He only watches shows.
Yeah. Me
Are
and Evan are gonna do Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief 1.
nice?
Yeah.
Are you?
It's a bad movie.
It is.
It is.
Are you an MCU fan?
No,
No. Okay.
but that's not important.
I think it'd make it more fun. If
Yeah.
you're
Okay.
Not an MCU fan.
Okay.
I'm
Not
think-
knowing the names makes it funnier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking that like
Mhm.
at times we'll get a lot of things wrong, and we
Yeah.
roll with that, and maybe we get on a diversion,
Okay.
and
Okay.
so it was inspired by there's this guy who makes like shit posts on YouTube where it's like Kendrick Lamar's album Damn, but I made it from memory at 3 a.m. and he just like does all the parts.
That's funny.
Sometimes
Yeah.
he'll get like he'll like
Mhm.
get to like what was that kind of like, and then like the instrumentals him like doing the vocals too. Like
Mhm.
he does it later, so he just pauses and comes back in.
That's really funny.
So it's like that, but for movies.
Okay. Cool.
No, that's fun.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
What
Yeah.
about you, Eddie?
It could
You
be
got
a
anything
huge
coming
long
up?
slog. We could forget how the movie continues after 5 minutes, and then
Mhm.
like,
Yeah.
oh, we don't have the brains to make this podcast happen.
Mhm. Are you allowed to take notes, or it has to be completely from memory?
You can take notes, you can't keep them.
Okay.
You can't reference them. It's from
Okay.
memory. What do you think memory does?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not open note.
No open book. Okay.
No formulas allowed.
Okay.
You can bring a calculator.
Okay.
Yeah.
You ever in high school have a class where you can? It's not open note, but you have a graphing calculator. So you go into like the coding and you just use the little like letters in there to like type in all your notes.
Oh no, no, I didn't
Oh,
have that.
God.
And then they try to wipe. Then they caught on.
Mm-hmm.
So they were like wiping your calculator.
Ah.
This
Oh,
is for like the standardized testing.
Mhm.
And so they like do the button combination, delete your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that only works if you've saved
Mhm.
the all the notes in as a program on your TI-84.
Yep.
Or TI-82, sorry.
Mhm.
And if you write all the notes in
Mhm.
and then you leave it unsaved,
Yeah.
but like as an open document, not like lock it in as a program,
Mhm.
you can't delete it yet.
Oh wow.
So when they do that, it doesn't delete your notes.
that's so
So
funny.
you can still
There
go look
you
at
go.
your. If you got the ACTs or SATs coming up, take that big old cheat on your boy Sebastian.
Mhm. There you
I got a very good score on that at the test because I cheated.
nice.
I'd venture to say most people who get a very good score on that test probably cheated.
No, it's really hard to cheat on that test.
Really?
I think that I like.
You found the one way?
I don't know if I found that way, but it's one of the very few ways. Because
Okay.
they physically don't have the manpower to go through and like check
Mhm.
through every calculator's. They just they ban the calculators that have like color screens and internet connectivity.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then they make you delete your programming.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you press the delete programming button and it's still there, they can't like check every calculator.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
you can get away with it.
Damn.
Hmm.
Good shit.
Yeah.
You're
Although
welcome.
if they can still see you looking at them, so you should probably know them a little bit so you can find it faster.
Yeah. You have to
just
be right
like,
there.
just have a few key formulas in there, I guess.
Yeah.
And you're on a tight timeline. That's how they really get you. Like
Mhm.
there's not enough time to like go through all your notes on
Mhm.
there, especially because you're scrolling through with like a down key.
Yeah.
So they just give you so little time to complete the test
Mhm.
that you basically need to be almost on that level just
Yeah.
to get through it all.
Okay.
Damn,
So that's the
okay.
anti-cheat,
Yeah.
just making it harder.
Okay.
This in case you decide to go back to high school.
Yeah. I don't think I'm gonna Billy Madison it. I graduated the first time properly. So. All right.
Alright,
Evan,
sweet.
what about you? What about your shows coming up?
I'm in Aurelia next weekend.
Mhm.
I'm running some shows. I got a show in Beaverton, Peterborough, and Corbyville. I'm hosting my hometown's Canada Day show.
That's really cool. That's a big
which
deal. Yeah.
There's like a big concert that happens in Belleville at the big pavilion at Swicks Park, and they DM'd me asking me for my email.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah, the city of Belleville
It's good
was
for
in my
you.
DMs. It was pretty neat.
You're gonna get the key to Belleville.
Yeah.
I better.
Ooh.
You hear that, Belleville?
Let's go, Belleville.
This was a gotcha podcast. We
They're gonna see how many people I'm calling out, and they're gonna be like, we can't.
yeah,
afford to have this guy throwing
we
smoke
can't have
on
this guy
stage."
on the.
He's gonna call out other cities.
I go up there and I'm like, "Yo, fuck Trenton," and
Yeah.
everybody's like,
Oh.
Whoa, that's our sister city.
everyone would cheer.
Can we talk about a sister? Are we almost out of time? What is a sister city? Is it just a place that's near?
I think a sister city is. I think I don't know if that's a twin city or a sister city. I think a sister city is one that they have like a relationship with.
I think Twin Cities are literally just like
Minnesota.
St. Louis.
St. Paul.
Oh, I'm thinking about the U.S. with the arches.
Yeah. Is it St. Louis?
I only
Missouri?
know Sin City.
No, I thought the Twin Cities were in Minneapolis.
I don't know anything anymore.
No, they're in Minnesota. It's Minneapolis and St. Paul, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
I know. There, you know
Sister
what's in
cities.
there? You know where you see that location? Percy Jackson.
Ah.
It all came back around. Good
Yeah.
time to end it.
All right.
Boom.
See you next time.
I will let you do an outro.
What? Who? Me?
Yeah, I just thought that would. I
Oh.
thought that would be fun to
All
kind of
right.
cut you off.
What
but
about-
anyways,
No.
did you want to tag anything? Your Instagram?
Oh
or-
yeah, I'm at Sebastian the DC on Instagram, and I'm posting some sketches. That's it.
Nice.
It's good. They're good.
Yeah.
They're wholesome. They're not. They're fine.
Sweet. Well, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Evan.
Thank
Good
you,
job.
Eddie.
Good job. Good job. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Doubie in the Bald Spot in the morning, at night.
Yeah, it's nighttime here. Again, theme song.
Yay.
Yay.